Hello everybody, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Subscribers, all signs. Quick message. I had a little bit of time. I was like, hey, what can we get out here, Spirit? And Spirit goes, to the mall. So I'm going to grab like 2 cards. We're going to clarify those. We're going to get an archetype here, just something a little different. See what comes out. And I don't know, just kind of what's floating around right now, right? Thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, commented. Those of you that have booked personal reads, those that are channel members. There's a member, the ring. Ooh, what is this? Spirit has paused me. The passion ignites. I don't know what that's about. The animal. Ooh, there's 2. The father. Oh, gee. Here we go. I think I'm just going to jump straight into this message. If you're here, welcome. Personal reads are open and available. Description box below, about section of the page for that information on how to do that. I feel like masculine energies. Surprise, surprise. They're being humbled right now. It doesn't matter if you're man, woman, them, they. The animalistic traits. Here we go. Here's a lesson in sex ed today, I guess, right? So if you're under 18, turn this off. The animalistic traits are not enough to keep things moving anymore. Desire, passion, lusty sorts of passion. Again, animalistic traits. It's coming out of this natural state of the ego that we've been in. It's like you look at somebody and you're like, ooh, they look good. Yay, I'll talk to them. It's not just about that anymore. Like this message, just not at all what I was expecting. Those masculine qualities, it's almost like they've lost their value in currency, right? It's like when we convert money from one country to another, where it's less here, it's more there, vice versa, right? That doesn't hold the currency or the value that it once did. Who gives a shit if you're eye candy? Who gives a shit if you make a bunch of money? Who gives a shit about how good the sex is at the end of the night? Who are you, is the question. The ring is the commitment to oneself. It is, for some, the ring that we get into to fight our personal battles. It is one where we may feel like we'll never know the truth of certain situations Spirit just gave me. So I don't know how that pertains to this. But it's kind of like, I want to say to you, like the chicken and the egg, like which came first, right? Which came first, the heart or the lust? What was considered to be love to begin with? It sounds so weird. As I'm saying this, I'm like, whoa, this is something that has never even crossed my mind. But the value of the value of lackluster performance and the value of the lust side of things, it doesn't cut it anymore. Now, Spirit also just brought to my attention, there are going to be people who are going to be in the comments going, I'm not sexually active, I don't care about another person, all of these things. Fine. Not saying that you are. 1, it doesn't mean that every reading is going to resonate. Number 2, what else in your material world that you have craved or desired in the past is not as appealing anymore? This could be something that you eat. You could have had pizza every Friday night for the last 20 years. And then all of a sudden you're just like, that repulses me. That's not good enough. Like my body is going, I need clean, lean chicken for dinner and some tofu, if that's your thing. The animalistic trait that feeds the ego is the moral of the story here. And those things that we thought once had great value to us, that's not enough to fulfill the soul anymore. It's not enough to fill up the body anymore. You're needing more that is healthy and well balanced for you, needing love, getting our emotional needs met versus the tangible needs met, or what we thought we needed, right? So big message, and I am gonna keep this one short, come hell or high water. Just any information, Spirit, on this, but it's the masculine side, it's the animalistic side. Uninvited guest, drinks, surprise accident, big change, moment of decision. I do feel this is just a decision-making process here. Intuition and empty room. Look, your intuition is screaming. Sixth sense, screaming at you. Subconscious breakup. And I'm going to say, point being here, and this is, I say it all, could be job related, right? If everything is written on the fact that you are making $100 grand a year, and you are flat out miserable as all could be, you're like, this does not fulfill my desires. This does not fulfill my soul. I leave here feeling absolutely exhausted. The lust in that was the need for money, right? The need for survival, the need for all of the things that we thought we had to have. And then going, maybe I don't need as much as I thought I did. What if I keep it simple? What if I ask someone to be emotionally open to me? What if I ask someone to step up to the plate in a way that has never been done before in my life? This is really what this is about. And it's like, this is coming to an end. You're breaking up with this falsified idea. It's like, does this mean threats to my security? Does this mean, is this person going to be mad at me? All of the things. Like, how does this, and it's like, you're looking at this going, my animalistic trait of survival is not enough to keep me alive anymore. It is to live or to exist. Which one am I doing? Am I fighting to exist in this world just to stay alive? Or am I going to take every day and live it to its fullest? Okay. So, golly, not at all expecting this at all to come out. The letters U and the letters I. You and I. Was that, that was Lady Gaga, I think. She sang You and I, right? I think, maybe. That song could have significance. Wheel of Fortune. These surprising changes, right? Accidents, Wheel of Fortune, things happening. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of fate. It's a card of destiny. And then realizing, like, how unwelcomed certain things are. How unneeding. There it is, the toxicity, the Devil card, Three of Cups. Anything. The threes. Talk about third party. The third party is anything outside of you that you bring in, you desire, you think you crave, you think you need, you think you want it, you're obsessed with it, gotta have it. You don't need it. Some of you, this is relationships. Some of you, this is food. Some of you, this is jobs. Some of you, this might be mansion. Some of you might be a yacht. Like, whatever it might be. Going, I don't really need these things to be well. If anything, they've drugged me down because I've had to sacrifice myself in order to get to these things. Just a big change in perspective here, collective. This Wheel of Fortune and Ace of Swords coming out 3/4 turn there. So another way I could say is on its side, like that. Seeing the truth of the matter, that those things are not enough. Like, you need to add love to a situation. You need to have desire to a situation. You need to have emotional balance to a situation. You could say some things falling short, but there's the Tower. There's Pisces, the Tower and the Moon, and there's Pisces, Cancer energy. Aries, Scorpio, the Tower happening here and going, whether it's, if you're dealing with a person, collective, you need to step it up. I've had a fear of asking for what I need and what I've wanted for a really long time, but now I'm going to. Other people could tell you that you're being selfish, overly exuberant, and you're not understanding. We have to have money. It's like going home to your wife one day and going, I quit my job. And she goes into sheer panic. Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to keep the lights on? Who's going to do all these things? Oh my God, what? Have you lost your mind? And you're like, I'm sick of it. I can't take it anymore. I'm done. I can't. I go in there every day, and good old Glenn in the office and Joe, all they do is chew my ass out. I can't do it anymore. I've hit my breaking point. And now you've gone from a situation where somebody was You were pissed at work all the time, to going home and now your spouse is pissed at you. And you're like, I can't win. To hell with it. We're going to create a tower moment. It's time. It's time. This intuition in this empty room here, Spirit. The Star. Talk about having in temperance and the King of Cups. Judgment behind that. Ace of Wands. I'm over it. I don't care. I'm moving in another direction. I'm breaking up these contracts. I'm breaking up these external beliefs. I'm breaking up all of the bullshit that I have fed myself for, I don't know, probably my whole life. Like talk about having faith that things are going to be renewed for your highest good. The Four of Wands, the Two of Wands in the reverse, because you realize, like, you knew there was no opportunity and growth in something. Queen of Wands, decisive action taker, right? She's thought about it. She's figured it out. She doesn't, when I say figured it out, it's like she's narrowed down her options, moving in the right direction. That it's like if you make a hasty decision, I'm going to give you forewarning. If you make a hasty decision and everything falls apart, you may be like, oh my God, what did I just do? What the hell did I just do? Did I do damage? It's like you could be in that moment of pissed off at Glenn and Joe, and you leave your job and you're like, I quit. Here it is on the table. Here's my work. I'm done. Peace. And you get home and then you think about it. You get your wife chewing your ass out over it, and you sit down and you're having your own personal moment, and you're like, what did I just do? Those old fears popping up, going, I just let go of a 25-year career in 2 seconds. What did I do? And you could feel like your whole world is falling apart. It's not. You are being realigned, redirected, and within a matter of, I'm going to be so bold to say 4 days, you're going to understand that opportunity is knocking on the other side of that door, in which you will not regret in the long run. Four of Swords, you're going to heal. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Opportunity coming in. Communication, news of new opportunities arriving. What comes in next for the collective spirit? Eight of Pentacles. Your work is just beginning. Your work on whatever it is you're doing for yourself is just beginning. You're going to learn. You're going to do. You're going to expand. Three of Cups. Queen of Cups at the bottom once again. Success. One step away from the success that you've been dreaming and creating for yourself. And you're going to be able to find people that want to work with you. That's the fun thing. Ace of Cups. It's a new emotional beginning. And you're probably going to piss off a lot of people, and they're going to see you rise. King of Pentacles underneath all of that. Let's go 5 back. Spirit says Ace of Wands. 2 of Cups. I'm that Scorpio, right? I am that Scorpio that, like, I would make a move and do something. And somebody'd be like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? Have you lost your ever-loving mind? Like, you can't just take this leap and make this jump and not plan accordingly, right? And then when it all turns out, I was like, oh my God, that's so wonderful. I'd be like, don't even talk to me. You didn't believe in me when I started this, and now you want to show up? Just go. Cold, mean, abrasive, sure, whatever. But people, it's like, how much do the people around you trust and know you to love you and respect that you're not going to go off and make a rash decision? And P.S., I'm not telling any of you, right? Use your own common sense here, to go off and quit your job because, Susie at the water cooler pissed you off because she was being a snide bitch again. Don't be stupid either, right? But when you're feeling this push that something's got to change, and you have that moment, don't get scared because everything that you thought you knew is coming undone. It's needing to come undone. It's for change. It's for the better. So this ring is the commitment to the things of the past, but the ring is also the battle that is kind of going on within and outside of you for the long-term commitment of what you're giving yourself in the future. I hope that makes sense, the way I'm explaining that for all of you. What's the advice here, Spirit, for the collective on this note? Sword and Rose, truth. A lot of Ace of Swords over and over and over. Revelations, honor, protection, the determination to see yourself through it, and any responsibilities that you have that comes with it. 1441 on the clock. Advice for the collective in this read. Separation. Thinking about your uncertain future, taking that chance, right? Like, take the chance, take the risk. passions reignite, you're going to have a lot of options available to you. And I feel like they're good options. They're good options. Some things may work out. Some things you're going to be able to, like that 7 of Cups came out in the reverse, right? You're going to narrow down your options to what is going to suit you best. But it's like if you would have stayed in whatever it was, like you would not have reviewed any other thing. You would have been focused solely on that. You wouldn't have given yourself the space to see something else in a different way, of other opportunities. And, you know, it's like now you've got a new sense of self in the right time to know what you want to do, what you want to work on, where you want to go. And it's funny because I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Scorpio. That, P.S. if it's a job, they may call you and go, listen, we need you back here. And you're like, not today. There it is. Not today. But I don't even know where I was going with this, but these options, there we go. These options, you're going to move through it pretty quickly. I told Scorpio, like, once it happens, it's going to happen fast. Same thing. Like, things are going to kind of fall into place a little faster than you're anticipating. So trust it. This was, look at this karmic and healthy choices. This was to teach you about making those choices for yourself, right? The best choices for you in the long run. Again, like going, I can't take these toxic situations anymore. You affirming what you deserve. And this masculine energy is, again, I'm not just taking what appears, to be beautiful and bright. I'm taking what is the best for me. And maybe we've been told the story of, you know, the bigger the house, the better lifestyle, the more lavish you look, right? Living in the ego. It's not about those things. It's about simplifying our very basic needs and going, what do I actually need versus what it is that I want? And is it beyond means that it doesn't even matter anymore? Are we keeping up with the Joneses? You know, it's that animalistic need for what, if this is love, lust, whatever, that in itself doesn't hold enough value. And it's like, maybe John was really good looking on the eyes. Maybe Sarah was so fine, right? But inside of that, is it healthy? Is that house you're living in, is that a healthy environment? Is the person you're with a healthy person on the inside? Are you healthy on the inside? In all ways, mind, body, spirit. Masculine energies being shaken up and shaken loose for a new way of being. Leave it there. Collective, I hope this was useful to you. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you for all the ways you show up and support the channel. Personal reads are open and available. That info, email is down in the box, the description box below, the about section of the page. And like, share, subscribe, comment, help get this message to those who need to hear it. Thank you once again. Sending you love. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.